Okay. So I did want to talk about, let me move you over because I have my notes on the computer, and if you're right in front of the computer, it looks less like I'm looking at my notes. You know what I mean? Why are you all crooked? Can you sit up straight, please? It's so rude. Okay, so I wanted to kind of talk about this thing that I've been thinking about nonstop, which is kind of the whole concept of staying unique as a crochet business. Because recently, you know, I've been trying to grow my social media, posting reels, posting posts, whatever, across like different like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything. And I realized that there's this thing called like the small business side of TikTok, right? And like it's like this whole, on Instagram too, and it's like this whole area where people are like, here's the patterns, top 10 patterns I use that sold best at my market, here's what I found, here's what I made for my market, here are all the things that sold well at my market. Did I just say the same thing 3 times? I don't know. I had a lot of coffee today and my head kind of hurts. But blocking screen. What happens is that I feel like I end up seeing a whole bunch of people do crochet markets, and you know, they're all kind of the same, you know. And I also have felt a little bit of insecurity with my own stuff, because I'll go to a market and sometimes if other people are also selling flowers, I'm kind of like, oh, you know, like I don't want to feel that way. I want to support people. I want to support everyone to sell, you know, their own handmade stuff. You know, everyone put in the effort, so everyone deserves to have that opportunity. It's not something that I can claim as my own. That's rude. It wasn't my own to begin with. I took the idea from someone else, you know, like I saw someone else make a flower. I wasn't the first. So it kind of brings me to this thing. So with crochet, there's 2 sources of income if you want to monetize your crochet work. And it's not that I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's more like I'm not an expert in this area. I'm speaking from my experience, from my own personal thoughts. Please take everything with a grain of salt. If you don't agree with me, I'm sorry. That's fine. Also, comment your opinion down below, because I think this is like, there's a lot of area for discussion on this, okay? You can either sell patterns or you can sell your products, okay? Now, selling patterns are a great way to make passive income. You make the pattern once, it takes you however many hours, and then you can continue to derive income from that. There is selling products, where you have to keep making product. You maybe make your own pattern, or you take patterns from other people, not take them, but like you use them, purchased or free or whatever, and then you sell the thing that you made, okay? Now, a lot of people do a mix of both. Some people do one or the other. It's whatever you prefer. This also depends, this also determines the best type of market for you. For example, if you're gonna do a in-person market, you're probably not gonna sell patterns because you don't know how many people are there that know how to crochet, that are looking to buy patterns. If you sell products, you're probably going to want to sell in person and online, or not want to, but like either or. Oh my god, I'm so not eloquent with my wording, but you know what I mean. For me, I initially tried to make a lot of patterns. So a lot of my patterns are pretty old. I made them like at the beginning of this year. I guess that's not that old, but for my career in crochet, that's like the beginning. I made a whole bunch of patterns, and to be honest, I don't post about it that much because a lot of my patterns you can now find for free online, like on TikTok or YouTube. And it's because a lot of them are pretty generic, like sunflowers, tulips, you know, that kind of thing. And that's why I don't post about it, because I don't feel justified to promote that kind of sale when someone can very easily look online and find video instructions or that kind of thing, you know? So for me, I also am not that good at writing patterns. I hate the process. I think it's so tedious, and my brain just doesn't work well that way, so it's very exhausting for me. I don't love doing it. So, you know, the other thing is that if I post patterns for everything that I sell online, what's to prevent someone else from going to a market that I go to or don't go to with entirely the exact same inventory that I have? You know, it's not necessarily wrong, but then it's like, why would somebody buy from me versus somebody else? Not to be like selfish or or greedy or anything like that, but like I feel the necessity to restrict some of the patterns that I sell so that I can stay unique as a business. You know what I mean? I wish you could respond right now. Please comment. It's the same with not just flowers, but with like plushies. Like I find that when I go to market, there's a lot of patterns that are very commonly seen, like the whale. Recently the mushrooms. What else is common? Okay, there's a bunch of common ones, and it's not bad. It's actually really good for people who are starting out to do markets and things because it gives them some idea of patterns, plushies that are tried and true, tested. They're confirmed that these can sell at markets, so they can take those and have some confidence in what they're bringing to a market. You know. So there's that. Also, recently crochet flowers are pretty trendy on Shein and Temu. It's a big problem. There's a lot of other videos covering Shein and Temu. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's just depressing. But be aware of it. Don't support unethical sources. It's really discouraging to spend so much time making stuff and then people are like, oh my god, did you get that on Temu? And then just like sell it for more because like no, we didn't. That's so rude. I mean, I don't think they have rude intentions. They don't know. They're just asking because they saw something somewhere. So that's why I've been trying to make new designs and come up with new things like somewhat consistently. But the problem with that is that the more new designs I try to make, the more complex they inevitably get, which means that they take longer. And so I've had some like, what do I have over here that I've made recently? These are my favorite ones, okay? Actually, now I just feel like I'm trying to prove myself. Actually, I am trying to prove myself because I'm really tired of people asking me this, but these are some jasmine. Oh, they're kind of bad. These are some jasmine that I made. Wow. They're so cute, right? I really like jasmine. And then these are actually the same. I'm a fraud because this was the first one I made as a tester. And then these are, I literally just called it a branch of forget-me-nots. Why are you so squashed? But like, dude, this took me literally freaking so long. Mostly the assembly. But like, I cannot keep making these more and more complex designs. It's just not sustainable, okay? But I that's why I've been trying to branch out a little bit and try like video game flowers and things like that. Because I do feel a need to stay unique as a business. Okay? What else do I have written here? But yeah, so for me, I am motivated to stay unique as a business to make sure that I can sustain myself and continue to drag this out long term. If I continue to just make sunflowers and roses and lavender, there's nothing wrong with that. But in a competitive market long term, I feel that it is better for me to try and make new things because anyone can make those, and I need to. It's also like a way to test my creativity. You know, I also do not want to make sunflowers and lavender and roses for the rest of my life. You know, it's just not fun. I hate roses. They're my least favorite. That's why people are always like, I feel like red roses at markets are either really popular or not popular at all, and I never bring more than like 10 max because I just cannot. But I do want to make new designs. I have been making the gentian flowers. I have some, where's my blue eyeshadow? I bought some very pretty blue eyeshadow and it's probably in my bathroom. Did I try wearing it? Not yet, I'm afraid. But it's really bright. But the Silent Princess from Zelda, and that's actually, I don't know, comment what else I should make below, but I want to think long term because it's not like art, like drawn art in like Artist Alley and like fan art and things like that, where there's things like plagiarism and things to protect your stuff, because there's no real like, especially if I'm trying to make something that already exists in real life, like tulips. Anyone can copy a tulip. I don't really know how to expand on this point because I feel like I don't know. I'm really not good with my words, you guys. But yeah, it's like, it's to test my creativity. It's challenging, and I hate that like you have to think competitively a little bit, but I have to because it is business in the end. It's like the same where people hate doing social media as a small business, but if you do not, then people will not know you exist. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been trying to work on my own, like learn new techniques, learn new like crochet things, just to keep myself on. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is so rambly. I will never be able to make concise points, and like everything is just a general idea because I'm not good with my words, okay? This is why I couldn't go into research. Just blabber on and on. But you know what I mean. Okay, but yeah. So that's why I've been thinking about this. I think it's something that's important for people who are starting out to think about. Maybe not starting out, but like as you go in, if you feel like you've hit a wall with crochet and selling stuff, which I did, you have to kind of find your own niche, and then if that niche becomes popular, redefine your niche. I don't know what I'm saying. I had too much coffee. Okay, I think I'll play this before showing you my display, so let me show you the updates on my display. I'm so sorry. Hello. Okay, so I am working on my new setup thing for potential convention that I'll be going to at the end of October, and also because it is starting to become indoor market season, which means that I need to optimize my setup for indoor markets. And when I did indoor markets at the beginning of the year, I didn't have that much stuff, so it wasn't really an issue. Like I think for my keychains, I literally used those grid panel cubes, but I just had one, and I just put like one like this, and then all my keychains were just on this, and that was it, and that was plenty of space. But now I have too much stuff. I really need to figure out, like, I really want to make kind of a consistent set of keychains or something that I use continuously, and that way I don't have because it's so hard to display them all, and if I just have like 2 of each one, because I'll see something like a free pattern or pay pattern or whatever on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to make that, and then I make it, but then it's like I can't display 100 different keychains. It's just not, it's not as fun to have to make the same thing over and over again, but it's just not logistically doable to do it that way. So that is what I'm trying to do right now. Actually, I'm not trying to do that. I haven't done that at all. But I do think like the dragonflies I will be doing for sure, because it's my pattern. I'm very proud of it, and I want to keep them. I've got a set of like animals. I don't know if you can hear the TV. My boyfriend is watching Jujutsu Kaisen on like 300% volume. Anyway, the lighting is better in here. It is kind of a gloomy day, but I'm going to show you because all of my setup is in the guest bedroom, where the lighting is extremely yellow and nasty. But that is kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. I found these cable clips on Amazon, and I've been using them to secure my keychains to the sheets that I showed you in another video, another vlog. And then I'd have some magnets. I realized that once I've clipped all of my keychains to the cable clips, and I've clipped all the cable, or stuck them all onto that laminated piece of paper that says like crochet keychains, it is pretty heavy. So I don't really know how I'm securing it. I'm kind of just testing it out with you know what, let's just go over there. Hold on as you watch the lighting get progressively yellower and nasty. Oh, there we go. Here we are. All right. Okay, let me show you. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, it's so nasty, but This is the guest bedroom. I know. You know what? It just means it'll look even nicer when you see it and it's not in a nasty yellow dark bedroom. But these are the sheets. Here's like what it looks like without anything on it. And then I kind of just spaced out the cable protectors on. I printed a bunch extra because I wasn't sure if I was going to mess it up. But I also, so these are the cable protectors. The keychains are in there and they're like thick enough that it's hard to get out. It is possible because I tried it before I clipped it on there. Let me close the door so you don't hear Jujutsu Kaisen. But I have kind of like the animals here. I don't have prices on them yet, and these are not all the same price, to be honest. I don't even know exactly what I want to price them at, but I think I'm just going to get little stickers and put them on the cable protector so you can see. Originally, I wanted to do like these are all, I'll put like $10 here, and these are all the $10 or the $15 keychains, but I rotate keychains too much. Like I literally, this is like my random keychains that I've made that I don't know if I'm going to stay consistent on. These are the ones I want to try and stay consistent on, and these are the more expensive ones that I also want to stay consistent on because I do like these. They don't sell that well, but people like them. So this one's missing an eye. Oops, I'll fix it. The bee, the strawberry, I decided to add a little bauble flower because it's like not too much effort and it just makes it so much cute. That's where that magnet went. Okay. So, and I cut these out. From these, for example, it looks something like, oh my god, it's so messy. This is also the dog room. So all the dog toys are, okay, anyway. So this is what it looked like before. I just printed it on these laminates. I kind of wasted all this space. I should have put price stickers there, but, and these were kind of expensive to print. They were like $5 each because it's not standardized sizing. But I'll have to cut these out. And deal with that. There's a lot of empty space because this is where the flowers would go in theory, you know? So here's what I did. My original plan was to take these little magnets from Amazon. Everything's from Amazon. I used to use these a lot when I was into aquascaping and they help to hold stuff down. So I have a bunch extra. You can't see. There you go. They're really small. They're not that strong. But I did see people using these when I was at other conventions. So I tried one, it doesn't fit. I tried two, it's better. But it only works if this little ledge is there to support the weight. And then it's fine. And then this one, I have additionally these double-sided little tapes that came with something else that I bought. I think it was like for a blind box display thing. But there's one here and one here in the back. And then we're just going to keep this on overnight and see if it stays there. With these ones on this side, I just have paper. Like there's nothing attached to these, so it's a lot thinner. And originally I had this one up top, which is like the instructions of the build your own bouquet. I would have liked it better there, but then there's no room to put this here because this is all going to be flowers. I don't know if I'm bringing that. It's not even attached to anything. I feel like that Pikachu is just looking at me. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. And then, what else? So that's what it looks like. This, I'm out of table space, but in theory it would go right here in front of this. That's why I can't put that one here because the information goes all the way to the bottom, whereas this one has some space that I can block at the bottom because it's just graphics. And then, oh yeah, my banner. I have these like giant clips. I think they're from like Umomo or Daiso or something. And they don't do anything to hold that on. And also it's hacking saggy. So in theory, I would want to put these cubey things all the way across so that it would support it. But that's going to be more panels to bring. It's going to be heavier. I feel like it's not going to be supported in the middle. So I think I just need to pull it tighter to either side and buy like binder clips to hold it from either side. Somehow it fits almost perfectly. So these are also the clips that I use for my labels. It's like, I don't know if you can see it. I'm really not going to go up and bring it down, but they're supposed to clip onto something, and then they have a second clip at the top where you can attach like a piece of paper for like pricing things. Those are from Amazon as well. But I have these little bunnies that I might, no, that's too high. No one's gonna see that. Will they? I don't know. I might just put this like, haha, you know, like, hey, cover the little thingy. Haha, you know? Although that wouldn't work if this was here. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that. So I need to bring all of my flowers up, or at least a couple like buckets, and put it all here to see how many I can fit here. I also need to reprint that because this was a impulsive decision to rename all of these flowers. And you know what? I don't want to do that because they're not from Animal Crossing. They're from the world. I mean, they are from Animal Crossing, but I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll talk about it in a bit. But it's like, I've been going through this thing about wanting to make sure my stuff stays unique as a small business, as like a crochet artist. And like, on the one hand, I can rename all my sunflowers to be like, oh my god, they're like Sunflora from Pokemon. But also, like, they're not really. And it's literally, it's low effort. It's kind of cheap in my brain. I feel like at least like the Lily of the Valley, I can be like, oh, it's like the perfect town flower from Animal Crossing. But I just feel like it's a cop-out. And if I'm gonna make flowers from games and things, I should make the more unique flowers, and then I should name them as such. These ones, you know what? They're just cosmos. They're just tulips. They're, you know, that's what I originally made them to be. I don't want to change that. Also because I went to Edmonton Expo and they weren't named as game flowers and they did okay. So I want to keep them true to that. I'm practicing my makeup recently. Do you like it? Okay. So yeah, I have, this is like literally all of my, can you tell I ordered way too much? I also haven't even brought these to like anything. I haven't brought the stickers to any markets. I've sold 0 online. I low-key did just get them made for myself because they're literally my children. But yeah, the only problem I have now is I need to figure out where I would put the plushies. Anyway, this is enough of this dark room. I'll stop and then show you later when I figure it out. I gotta take a break. I gotta put these magnets away. Oh my god, why did they fall across? I'm gonna get thirst or something. Okay, goodbye.